or
Queen of Pain? Yeah.
Queen of Pain, maybe even Lena.
Just be dirty and pick like Skywrath Mage and take a mid. Didn't we see that in the matchup of Virtus Pro?
Yeah, Virtus Pro, no one just dominated the lane. Or this is also good.
So they're going to go for the Dragon Knight. That leads me to believe this is going to be a Jabs Dragon Knight, and this is going to be a black Arc Warden. I mean, black has probably got one of the deepest hero pools in Dota. I've seen him play a lot of stuff, and then he has phases where he plays a lot of, grimy farm heroes like AM and Morphling and Slark and stuff like that. But Arc Warden, yeah, okay.
Maybe it's Dragon Knight black on mid if he doesn't play Arc Warden.
That's true. That's true. Dragon Knight doesn't feel like a black hero. I know I just this comes just after me saying I see black play a lot of different heroes, but one of them is not really DK. So yeah, we'll see though.
But for me, Dragon Knight is more like a black hero than Arc Warden because I never saw it. But still.
Now that is going to be a Miracle Storm Spirit then, right?
Yeah, that Storm Spirit is gonna have easy time if we'll see if it's Dragon. If it's Dragon Knight mid, must be a Dragon Knight mid.
These are both pretty high tempo lineups. This is almost the opposite of a lot of what we've been seeing before, with of course a lot of that ridiculous late game core potential. This one seems quite the opposite here. I mean, Arc Warden, I would imagine, with the amount of greed he's able to build in with the double Midases, comes online relatively fast, and the rest of the lineup has to kind of meet that pacing here. With Dragon Knight, also a pretty high tempo fighter. Liquid could share a lot of that same, sentiment. They have a lot of potential team fight to work with early on, and yeah.
It is black. It is black Arc Warden.
It is black. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Come on, Black. I want to see Black put on a Arc Warden performance that warrants a black Arc Warden ban from like all games moving forward. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, remember you remember the Dota pit when he was playing Pudge, like it was first picked or banned all the time.
That's exactly what I'm like kind of referring to. Is I want to see those that kind of a black showing here, but we'll see how much of a believer I'm going to be. This guy had been hit with quite a bit of nerfs, and I know I've seen Arc Warden players of the kind, the dozens of them out there, vocalize about how the hero is just not really in a good place. Now, I, again, have not had any personal experience with the hero, but we'll see. Black is a high-caliber player, and we'll see what kind of stuff he has up his sleeve.
Yeah, me and Black share the same first name, so Black must be good. On the other hand, let's predict. What do you say?
We haven't done it ever. I say we don't do it.
Yeah, alright. I'll just go with Liquid then.
Oh, you mean predict teams?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I thought you meant like the stupid little prediction pop-out thing.
No.
Predicting teams? Yeah, I don't know. It's like one of those things like you can't naturally help but feel Liquid are going to be the favorites in this one just because they have a lot of great raw skill, but I would lean towards even further just because of the Arc Warden pick and Faceless doing something that we don't see him do very often. But look at this. Suddenly I could be eating my foot here as they're about to get potentially first blood for Kuro.
Nah,
Man,
they can't take him.
So much damage, even at level 1. Flux? That's crazy.
Yeah, nice name for a spell, Flux. Enigma just denying a creep wave and is going to Forest. Will keep farming there, has a boot so he can run away from Witch Doctor, and Undying on the lane. Undying on safe lane as support, especially when Enigma is on the off lane, is not that good. I mean, he needs to go and find him in the forest.
He's looking for him right now. He's like, where is that blue son of a gun? He is coming around the corner right now. Is he going to get close enough to leech some XP? It looks like maybe a little wolf. And then he says, get the hell out of here. But suddenly Kuro has shown up, and that is someone you do not want to get into a level 1 fight with, unless you get lots of stacks off. Yeah. Whatever the case may be, XY is doing his job right now. He's trying to get up in the business of Enigma, and he's even forcing extra attention on himself.
Yeah, Witch Doctor just trying to pull the creep wave, get those creeps to those Centaur camp as well. Get as much XP as he can. Well, seems like Treant will just stand on the bottom, try to get some XP while Enigma just continues to farm jungle.
They do have a sentry down though, so if Kuro plans on hiding within that tree gathering, he needs to be a little bit careful. While that goes on down in the bottom half of the map, up here and above, we see Ice 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 on his Clockwork bumping back GH Lion. We don't get to see a GH 9K Lion very often, so that's going to be a bit exciting with Matumaman in the lane nearby.
Yeah, that's helping. 18k lane on top, 18k
Ooh.
gold.
18k lane. What the hell is Ice 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 going to be doing about this? Looks like he gets pulled though, so he's going to be happy about that. Should help boost his way to an easy level 2, level 3 situation.
Treant is so funny when he's hitting people like 91 damage, level 1.
Yeah, he opted to go for the boots instead of like the Orb of Venom buildup. So he does get a few extra shots in, but also has the extra move speed to avoid any potential trouble. And look at this, XY. Nice little mission for himself, goes pretty deep and claims the bounty. Takes that one away from Liquid. And how is our mid lane matching up right now? Miracle 14 CS to the 11 of Jabs. So he's off to a nice little start.
Yeah, pretty even. I mean, Storm Spirit against melee hero, he's gonna farm much more. But the Dragon Knight is doing a good job. Both shrines are used. He's trying to refill the bottle. Or not.
Yeah, he is just having to deal with Miracle, kind of really taking it to the lane and forcing the DK back a bit until he can get some more levels and have that extra bit of durability with the Dragon's Blood. Mind Control stepped away from the camps and has now shown himself within the lane. Curious to see if Black is trying to just see how much pushing pressure he can add on. He's already done some softening damage onto the tower. Do you think it's in their best interest to take that tier 1 down as soon as possible, or just coast through the lane, through the laning phase?
They need to get that Midas up on Black, and they can't really take the tower. Every time the lane comes back, Enigma's gonna show up, plus Treant heal once he gets level 3, so...
Stun from Jabs onto Miracle with XY here. They need one more hit, and they get it! With the assistance coming in from XY, they get a nice early gank rotation onto Miracle and take him down.
Yeah, this is a good rotation from Zombie. I mean, Jabs can't really kill him there, but I love the build that he went, like 1-1-2. Usually you have 2 in Breathfire and 2 in Dragon Blood, but he thought he can kill him because Shrine was used earlier, so...
Possible scuttle here in the top lane. Ice 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 not able to get the connection with the cogs, and that could allow GH to make it away, but he eats a hard shot from XY there, and we'll have to limp his way all the way back to base. It's not a kill, but at least he's going to take him off the map for a little while. That will relieve a lot of pressure on Ice 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 in the top lane and allow him to kind of get some work done in the laning phase between him and Matumaman.
Oh, they're trying to go again on mid? Never mind.
Wait a minute. Oh, I hate Nuts' name so much. I look at his name and I'm like, wait a minute, Ice 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 is playing Witch Doctor. Nope, that's just Nuts' trolly-ass name that he loves to have. Nice
top lane, Ice Ice Ice. Oh, he's gonna get a solo kill on that Venge. Nice.
No, he's not.
I mean, not Venge is gonna get him killed, yes.
I know what you meant, don't worry.
Yes.
We all got you. Ice 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 does end up, the real Ice 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 does end up going down in the top lane, but Matumaman's able to get a hold of him and will punish him for it. Still scouting though, XY around this mid lane. Him and Nuts both kind of happy to step away from the bottom lane. Black is now in his own game and is happy to work through the lane. Nearby Mind Control is aggressively jungling, so he's definitely going to be sucking in a lot of early farm. Could be a problem for him later, but look at this. Matumaman on his way out, a little bit closer. He can't quite get there with the coconut. They'll have to turn around and settle for the GH Lion instead.
Yeah, when you're playing that Lion especially against Clockwork, who has boots. I mean, Lion has one as well, but he's not that fast. He's only 335 with the brown boots, which is pretty slow. You need to really be careful. Like, Clockwork can get a solo kill, especially if someone rotates. If you get caught out of position.
They made an attempt at Black in the bottom lane, but he's able to step behind the tower, pop a salve, and be good. While there is a trade for the rune between these mid laners. Before we switch things over to the net worth, let's get one last little report here on the CS game, and it's still Miracle, even with that takedown. Up and ahead in the CS game, 41-3 to Dragon Knights, 34. The next highest CS in the game does belong to Black at 35 and 12 for him. Certainly has his Midas underway here. He's getting close to finishing out the recipe, so it's coming soon enough.
Oh, Witch Doctor is he gonna cast a black hole? No mana though.
Yeah, he's very short, and Arcane Boots are on cooldown. No Soul Ring. He's gonna have to just pop him out, that little Malphus, and walk away. Do you think this is kind of a straight to Blink Dagger Enigma game, or do you think there's any extra value in going for something like the Mechanism?
I think it's gonna be a Midas first picked up.
Oh,
yeah.
Great.
So you get movement speed on level 10. I mean, S4 kind of invented that build, and I think it's the best one. And then you go on level 15. There are some greedy players who go for 120 gold per minute. That's not much. I mean, you get so much more with 15 cooldown reduction combined with Octarine Core. Plus, if you already have a Midas, it's not needed to go for gold. And overall, those gold talents are not so good. It's 1.2k gold over 10 minutes. That's not much.
Oh, a jump in from Miracle as Jabs pops his dragon form, gets hit with the dragon's tail. While that happens, at top lane is an engagement actually coming out from Liquid. As they make their move for Ice, 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 they will be able to pin him down. He cannot shrug that one off on the back of his magic wand, but look at this moving forward. It's going to be nuts, but he can't get the finish. A living armor will help keep GH alive. Matamaman also very weak and wounded, barely able to make it out from trouble. At that same moment, mid lane, XY also going to get dropped. Miracle picks up that kill as there's simultaneous action between the mid and top lanes here. Liquid winning them all.
Yeah, Liquid doing 2 engagements at the same time. Meanwhile, Black on bottom continues to farm. Has enough gold for Hand of Midas. It's flying up to him. Having a TP with Arc Warden, so you can just use Tempest Double and help other lanes if they dive. It's always good to have.
So no, back to the grind here for Ice, Ice, Ice. Does set him back a little bit, but at least he's level 6 now with a hook shot good to go. But need lots of love and elsewhere here, as we can see XY still level 3. Needs to try to spend a little bit of that me time here. Nuts will get a nice little D ward. And we'll begin to look over to the side of Liquid as they pop a smoke. And we'll begin to go on the prowl here. GH not close to level 6 yet, but they are feeling rambunctious with a level 6 Matamaman, and they want to see what they can get done.
They saw a Dragon Knight, but they can't take him down. It's only Venge and Lion.
Yeah, are they going to settle for it because it's the only thing they got? And well, they'll hit him with a stun, and that's it. That's like one of those, like, hey, we were here, just so you know. So take that. Take that. And they'll drop a ward. If they see GH in lane and see he doesn't have a ward, then they can probably do the deduction and get rid of that ward. But their eyes are on the prize here in the bottom lane. Looking to go for a tier 1. They quickly surround XY
nice hook.
And look to finish him off. A hook shot does jump in, and Ice 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 is able to get connection onto 3. He begins to dance his way on forward, hoping to go for the finish. It's Mind Control, the lowest and weakest here, hiding within the trees. They pop him with the Maledict, and he will eventually fall. The rest of Liquid will avoid the trouble. But Faceless kind of committing some extra hands here in the bottom lane to go for that simple counterplay. They could get more here. Suddenly Jabs, ooh, to the river.
Ooh. Shrine is ready. Oh, this is good. They can just come back to the lane again. Try to pressure bottom. Enigma Midas finished. He doesn't have enough mana to cast a black hole like few times. He was always on low mana.
Yeah. But he's got a Midas, and he's getting rich. So
yeah,
who needs mana when you got money?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Midas Major.
Yeah, welcome to the Midas Major. Featuring King Midas. Lord of Cringe. All right. I'm 13, by the way. As we see Faceless now just kind of dealing with the situation they've been put into. Black also with his own Midas in pairs. Similar build-up, I would imagine, to what we saw previously pulled out today from the hands of OG.
I
but
think,
he's got a journey ahead of him.
yeah, I think he needs that Helm of the Dominator, and there was a Blink before that on OG side, but he needs a BKB before that Blink because of all that magical damage and disables. He needs to live. Number one rule, you can't deal damage if you're dead, remember that.
I think I knew that rule, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm not good at applying it. Here is Liquid giving bottom lane another go. Ice, Ice, Ice suddenly crosses paths with Miracle. Is going to be forced to pop out the battery assault to try to keep him at bay. Will Miracle continue pursuit? He jumps in, quickly sees a coconut come in his direction, decides to pull off. Jumping in though is going to be Matama Man with a good swap back, and they'll get the finish onto the clockwork, and suddenly Mind Control steps in, gets a good two-man connection of the black hole. It is onto the Tempest double though.
180 gold for Tempest double.
Yeah, that's good money, and a Witch Doctor takedown. Top lane, Faceless are trying to trade and get something their way with at least a tower takedown.
Is there another heal? 7 seconds, they don't have a glyph. Oh, nice dust pop.
They, yeah, spotted out Kuro, pinged exactly where he was, and then moved in with the dust, but he just, okay, he casually walks away when Jabs is not able to get close enough with a stun. So they will get him cleared from the area and finish out their tier 1.
Oh, Lion just hit 6 with that bounty rune, finger is up.
And they take the ward down that had obviously spotted Kuro in the first place. And Faceless will walk away and get back to their grind here. So Liquid though getting more and more into some solid fighting shape. Midas Gaming though, how many Midases do they actually have?
Arc Warden, Enigma, Venge, and there could be one more.
Yeah, Kuro will probably get one in the future, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Lion
Even
will
Lion.
not. Yeah.
Why not? Drums soon to come though for Ice Ice Ice. Might say that Faceless are going to be looking to turn things up sooner than later, not allowing Liquid to kind of put themselves into a later game position.
Yeah, Ice is Ice,
a lot of problems
with his builds, always innovative and doesn't give what other people say, like has a unique style. He'll make what he thinks is best, he doesn't copy anyone.
You have a lot of intel coming in here from Kuro as he finds a good little spot to scout things out from behind that tier 1. But we have a lot of Faceless members kind of also hanging around this mid lane. So no good opportunities for a jump play here. Ice 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 though on a high ground position. Bumps Miracle back as he tries to step up for the bounty rune here. And that could be the end of it. Oh, tried to go for a follow-up hook. Could have been a good grab. Catching the Storm Spirit with little mana, but not going to find it this time. And Jabs gets back to work on that tier 1 tower. This tower, of course, getting a lot of love and repair from the good old Treon Protector here.
Yeah, but this is where Black's hero excels really well when you're sieging a tower like this, just using those spark rates all over the place. Plus Rocket providing vision and spark rate as well.
It's a long process though, and I mean look at the damage that's only been done, and this is nearly an expired dragon form. I don't think you're satisfied if you're Faceless right now. That was probably not a good enough push for them, considering how much they've invested into this push already. And Liquid, you know, they had to draw some attention that way. Black's able to kind of free farm through the top lane, but now Liquid are confident to kind of take the move themselves. They head in with a smoke, almost end up catching XY here. He heads to the low ground and away. GH wants to go close, but that overgrowth will lock him in place. A follow finger will be there, and that will get the finish onto Black. Now they spot out and look to go for the follow play. XY is also going to be taken care of. Any other Faceless members only risk being executed if they dare proceed. Liquid will take down the 2 very nicely and pull ahead 9-3.
I love how Kuro was there standing AFK for like 2-3 minutes, just providing vision, waiting them to come back to forest so they can re-engage after they defend the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, serious patience from Kuro, just kind of hanging back and waiting for the opportune time, probably making the calls, allowing him to watch all the other elements of the game. And now he'll be able to join with his team under the shrine after farming up some ancients here and be able to move on to the next possible objective at hand. A black hole is up for him, and they have the blink dagger ready to go on my controls. Enigma could spell serious game fight here for Liquid.
Yeah, the problem with Undying is if you don't pressure their safe lane. I mean, he's level 6 right now. He's been involved in 2 kills. You don't have much levels. And plus, when you go for 2 levels in DK, your tombstone's not gonna be up that soon. I mean, you need that level 4 tombstone.
Yeah, he has a struggle ahead of him here, does XY on this Undying. He had done a little bit of work through the early laning phase, but at this point is going to have a lot of trouble figuring out what kind of impact he can make in these fights here without Liquid just kind of easily taking care of the tombstone and him. Right now he's being spotted. They spotted him, drop the wards and a sentry, and that's just going to be free money for Liquid to kind of take care of later on. Meanwhile, though, Faceless still pressuring this mid lane tower. It's got more life than the last time I checked on it. Faceless just kind of, this is going to be a headache for them. They cannot progress on forward out of this laning phase.
They just smoke. They want to go around. Enigma with a black hole, level 2, and Blink Dagger.
Jump in for Matama Man. He is not going to be able to get any sort of swap, and no save will be there. Nice little quick pick. Kuro is still waiting behind, hiding within those trees. Faceless are still looking to go for the tower finish. Heal comes out, but they can't quite get it down.
Well, Dragonite Corrosive Breath just removes the full living armor from Treant in a few seconds.
Ooh, ice, ice, ice. Goes on chase for Kuro. Kuro looked like he was trying to get the root off, but Ice, ice, ice is able to kind of burst him down with the help of the rocket and get the finish. Gets him a secondary pick, so Matama Man and Kuro will end up going down. The tier 1 still standing while the tree is dead. This could be Faceless' best chance at taking down and finishing off that tier 1. But we see Miracle with a Invis rune, pops out the Arcane rune now, and makes his move in. They're going to get the quick finish and take jabs right out of the fight. Now they look for the follow-up. XY's there. He tries to run and pop out his wand, but Miracle makes it look easy with a secondary kill.
Oh, nice TP
Mind control.
by...
Picking up both of them, though.
Yeah, 2 extra charges for that Bloodstone. This is where you want to make a move. There's still Black Hole up. There's still Overgrowth. Now Storm Spirit. With 1 death, level 14 and 14 charges, he's going to go really big this game. It's going to be a really problem to control him.
Whoa! Long jump from mid lane. Here comes Miracle. Looking to hop on in, and he's left with very little mana, but he is able to hold them there long enough for the rest of the Liquid Brigade to show up and beat some ass. Now it's Kuro dropping down the root, and there goes the Black Hole on top of Nuts. Just so much hate coming out from Liquid as they take out a third. XY's back into action now, but they're left with pretty much nothing to work with here. Some Liquid members are falling a bit low in life as Jabs comes back into play. He pops his Dragon form, and that is when Liquid quickly look to run away.
Run away, Liquid. The Liquid is showing their true strength there. The coordination in a team fight is just amazing. They know how much they can go into there. They just dive the tier 2 tower on bottom with Treant. Well, you can be that cocky.
Jump in, all spouted out, courtesy of Kuro. Miracle flies, there's the magic missile, and your Dragonite is now dead. Liquid.
Is Ice gonna go? No.
Fortunately, not that kind of a game. He also a Midas, huh? Okay. Well, Faceless are trying to hold out here, and they are taking the measures necessary to build out into a bit of a later game, but at the tempo Liquid are building up here, it's not going to be easy to do. A BKB is coming next for Mind Control, so he's not like trying to step off and go immediately for the Octarine Core. He is going to get the defensive BKB first, and that could be just enough for them to be able to close things out with the BKB alone here.
Faceless, their lineup, not so great. I mean, they have initiation in form of Clockwork, and that's it. But if he initiates, there's Treant Protector heal, there's Black Hole. They can just burst him out really quickly. There's Swap, and 4 staff's gonna be completed pretty soon on Venge. It's gonna be really hard to kill any hero on Liquid side.
Miracle, being super annoying, had a haste rune to dance around with Faceless. Now is able to build up quite a bit of mana. Still stalking as the rest of Liquid look to make their approach. It looks like they managed to engage with Ice, Ice, Ice. He traps within the cogs, but they're able to finish him off with the finger. Both sides will take some hits here, but Death Ward will force Liquid back out and towards the low ground. It's going to be Motama Man caught up and jabs as he's going to secure a double kill. On the other side, Black dishing out a wealth of damage will also get the GH Lion. Miracle, who had been hanging in this single spot, still there.
Miracle killed Undying and killed his tombstone, was on half of the mana and didn't want to go in.
He's trying to make a storm lightning bomb here for someone to walk into, but no one's coming. Oh, someone's coming now. But it's going to be too late. Looks like they are going to be able to move and get the wards down. All right, Faceless take a promising fight. We haven't seen many of those this game, Lacoste. And this was turning into a situation where Liquid are 10k ahead. But this might help them cut it down a bit. Maybe not in half, but it certainly helps breed a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, Arc Warden, if not contested in a fight, in a team fight, he deals so much damage right now and has mobility in terms of Shadow Blade, and with double Maelstrom, double Shadow Blades, and all those spells double, everything's double. Double trouble.
Double trouble. Boil.
Bubble.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike, yes.
GH casually steps in, drops a quick ward, which will be pinged out. Both sides recognize their position, but no immediate tussle will be had.
Lion has a Blink Dagger for himself, and Kuro wants one as well. Maybe he even decides to go for Midas, but he wants to get that Blink, cast Overgrowth first, just give some time for Enigma to get the better Black Hole, which it's gonna be a lot easier right now because he has a Blink Dagger and
okay,
BKB.
Let's go Faceless. They popped the smoke and they said we're ready for a good old-fashioned fight. They look good for jumping on the Matamba Man, but they're gonna get hit now with a Black Hole for coming out from Mind Control, locking in jabs, and Miracle makes the jump going for the backliner. Nuts is not gonna get finished, but he re-engages and is gonna be able to get the pop and drop onto the DK. But look at this, it is Liquid taking the harder shots as they lose 3. We're not done yet here. Miracle's able to kind of step out with his Invis rune. Ice 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 does have a dust, but no reason to pop it at the moment. Oh, but suddenly Miracle shows himself. Can they turn around and get the save or jump on the Miracle? No. Miracle's going to be able to get a nice quick hit and run. And, you know, he's not dying, so the charges keep on stacking, and he's up to 22.
22 already at 24 minutes, that's good. I was expecting a better Black Hole, to be honest, there. I mean, he has a BKB, Hookshot was used, Blink Dagger was there, there was nothing that disabled his Blink Dagger, so he just solo Black Hole the Dragon Knight, which didn't end out really well.
Now Liquid are going to be forced to kind of step off a little bit here, but they have no problems with that. More time to repair and heal and mend. The fight for the tier 1 mid lane has been the longest trilogy of action I've ever seen in Dota, or Faceless. The day is yet to come when they're going to be able to kind of make their breach. Miracle feeling confident here, heads into enemy ancient territory, but Black will quickly show himself. Jabs makes his move in. Ice 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 slightly off the mark, but it doesn't matter. They will be able to get Miracle. And that is an 8 kill streak going down. Was not suspecting Faceless crowded up and nearby, ready for an ambush like that.
Yeah, they timed their spells really well. First Dragon Knight, initiation with Dragon Tail, then Coconuts, then Hook Shot from Ice Ice Ice, and Power Cogs was cherry on top.
Dragon form pop now from Jabs. Probably thought he was going to be able to take a fight at that moment. We'll now have to just utilize the rest of this Dragon form in the ancient camp nearby. His team is around, but I don't think this is something they can just smoke and go with, so he'll just use the rest of this time to kind of farm up some ancient camps. And we'll see Liquid just kind of go into a bit of a reset. But since that time, we do have Matama Man picking up his Hurricane Pike, so Matama Man always kind of feels quiet when he's playing his Vengeful Spirit, but still able to accumulate lots of nice farm.
Yeah, really quiet. He didn't say a single word throughout the game in all chat.
Nope.
I wasn't mega killed and died, and it's like, oh, maybe I should go in a safe mode. Level 15 for him, +8 all stats. And as you mentioned, that Hurricane Pike finished against Clockwork, always a good item to have.
Alright, Deep Plant Ward here for Liquid. As they begin to hold up all of the lanes and hold up Faceless indoors here. Soon to get Cabin Fever if they can't kind of get out. But looking to play this one as safe as possible. Liquid take the opportune time then to move inside the pit. I don't know if Liquid are going to be... I don't know if Liquid are going to be approached by Faceless during this time or not. It's about halfway dead. The rocket will spot things out. Ice now TPing towards the shrine. Could hook shot in and cause a bit of a ruckus. They're changing up their positioning. Liquid have stepped out from the pit, only leaving Miracle inside, but that means he's going to be quickly taken out. He's out for 20 seconds before the Bloodstone will allow him to come back. But Tumbleman going to get forced all the way back and into the high ground, then swapped on in. Roche will get finished and quickly packed up from jabs. It will cost them nuts, but certainly worth it for Faceless to be able to move in and claim the Aegis for themselves.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot easier to fight for Faceless once that Orchid is completed on Arc Warden. It's double Orchid, and Storm needs his... well, he wants to go for Lincoln Sphere, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. He wants to just try to... block the initial stun from Dragon Knight, but he will still need a BKB.
Just unfortunate there for Liquid. For Miracle, I mean, they look like they had already anticipated the approach from Faceless there. They pulled everyone out that was necessary in hopes that Miracle maybe could at least get the finish. If he couldn't get the finish, he should be able to jump out from trouble, but it seems like Roche had other plans. Kind of hit him up pretty good there, and very nice for Faceless. Jump in for Miracle. He's seeking vengeance. This man at one point was sporting 22 charges and is now down to 9. He gets hit with a stun, but here comes the counter fight from Liquid. Get a nice pullback for jabs. He's going to be forced to pop the BKB. Begins to right-click down onto Mind Control, who steps on back. Has the black hole ready to go here, but they're having trouble dealing with the Dragon Knight in just his first life. Jabs is just going in. They'll finally be able to bring him down. But Matama Man and GH are both stuck dealing with these zombies. Finally, they'll make it away, but there goes the Breathe Fire, and there goes the finish. On the other side, they also are going to be able to take down Mind Control. And it's just GH on the run down here. Faceless have been able to take, what, 2-3 consecutive fights here, and pulling this game back their way.
Yeah, they're diving too deep. Storm using pretty much all of his mana. They're not getting any kill. And don't have vision for Arc Warden, and Enigma, he's not in the place to cast a good black hole. There was a good tombstone, so the zombies disabled his blink dagger and he couldn't get in. Probably also Ice providing vision with rocket flare, so they keep an eye on him.
This allows movement forward from Faceless. Maybe a second tier 1. I don't even know if they're going to be able to take this one. This is taking a lot of time here. Liquid, though, still dead. Making him sweat for it with the glyph and living armor. But they will finally be able to bring down just their second tower of the game. 30 minutes in.
Well, it's always hard to take down a tower against that Treant Protector.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Imagine if you have a Treant Protector and Arc Warden and someone is sieging your base. Like,
I don't want to imagine that.
2 hours game, and you have Naga as well.
Techies somehow appears. Yeah, that sounds like the worst thing ever. So I'm
Fisher from Earthshaker.
I'm good. I'm good. All right, Liquid draw a game plan here, going and heading through this mid lane. While Faceless maybe possibly anticipating the approach from Liquid here based on the drawing that they put down. Prepare themselves. Kuro waiting nearby. God, he's so close to that blink dagger. Such a shame. Can't quite get the extra time to farm it up, finish it off. But
He's in again.
Moving in right away. Insta grab from Jabs. The follow-up. Black Hole's going to be there. But they get the cancel coming out from Ice 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 with the help of the hook shot. The counterplay is there. Faceless. Take the approach that is necessary and get it done.
Jabs with his initiations, with that Blink Dagger and Dragon Tail. What he caught Miracle like 4 or 5 times. Especially in that Roche pit. I mean, that's not where you want to be when you're Storm Spirit. Either you go out, as you mentioned, or it's hard to actually stand there because they have vision from Rocket Flare and from Spark Rates.
I did not think Ice was going to be able to find that kind of shot. It looked like there was a mess of creeps and stuff in the way for that Black Hole, but certainly they do it. Mid lane, it looks like they've spotted out Miracle here. He gets hit up with a silence, but does manage to barely make it out. Heads right for the shrine and away from the trouble here. Where did that silence come from? Here's kind of the silence that I'm like slipping on right here.
Black has an Orchid.
Ah, nice pickup from him. And that is going to be a problem for Miracle. He is on the way of building up a Lincoln Sphere, but I don't know if that alone is going to be enough to stop the potential lockdown that Faceless could dish out.
He needs BKB after that Lincoln Sphere.
Yeah, that would be a nice choice, but that unfortunately will mean he's going to be probably left a little dry in resources and late game potential, but we'll have to see. It's Miracle at the end of the day. Let's see what we can make work out of it here.
Yeah, and look at that Undying. Like he's so silent as well. Like got that 90 gold per minute on level 10, and just standing there collecting the gold. Has a mech.
Easy money.
Yeah, has cloak.
Well, he's got the mech, so he's happy for now, and it's been kind of designated as the ward guy since then. So he's had to pull together everything he can. While we have, Nuts already complete with his Glimmer Cape. Faceless as a team still very tight knit here. Kuro trying to inch on in to get any sort of brief sight of where Faceless could be, but obviously not going to be looking to overextend himself. And what do we got here? A smoke play coming out from Faceless. Found a lot of success in their previous one. Now let's see what they can do with this one. As they head up into a Liquid side, Liquid are not there. Currently all hanging out far south.
Yeah, they're trying to siege the tier 1 mid tower for the, 8th time. This time they're gonna be successful, I suppose. Let's go.
Finally successful on this tier 1. It looks like they'll finally grab it. It took them a long time, but it's down. And now a consideration and a move for possible tier 2s. Oh, Ice Ice Ice. Crossing paths with Kuro. Miracle going to be jumping in to aid his captain, and GH is going to help get the fish with the finger. It's going to be the end of the clockwork, but now the team is going to be coming in, but that black hole is big, and it grabs 3, pulls him right on into a follow-up route from Liquid, and that's a double kill for Miracle. They're going to follow it up and make it a full 5-man wipe.
What a black hole by Mind Control. At last, he was saving it for this time.
That
couldn't get it. Couldn't get it
beautiful
before, but now, and it was kind of ballsy from Dragonite to go in like that, just wasting a BKB, and he even saw the Enigma. So, wow. Let me see who has a buyback. Yeah, pretty much no one has a buyback.
No one has a buyback. Nuts is going to be back in 4 seconds time, but I imagine this is going to be a Rax taken away. The Glyph is just holding on to what last bits of defense they can dish out, but this tower is done for, these Raxes are done for, and Liquid take a new firm stand in the game. Just as Faceless were really pulling themselves right back into it. Look at the work that they were able to accomplish just up to that point, nearly getting the game back even for themselves, but now it's been just totally taken away, and they are back to square one.
Yeah, Storm Spirit just got 5 charges and almost a full BKB out of that fight. Plus Raxes.
Okay, now it's suddenly going to be Kuro possibly caught again, but as I say that, of course the rest of Liquid are going to be there as they look to finish out the shrine. Man, I'll admit, I am not used to casting a lot of Arc Warden games, as I said before, so the Tempest double always throws me off. I have to like do a double take at it to make sure it's not the real one.
Well, this is our second Arc Warden game, so we'll get better over time.
Oh, thank you.
Don't.
Idiot caster. He's clearly darker in color. Bottom lane he goes, and he'll help push things out here for Faceless because they'll have to mend all these injuries. It is going to be a lane that they're going to have to continue to keep tabs on. So Liquid, though, got to feel pretty damn nice. They've just pocketed a serious amount of money, and you're going to be seeing a lot of supports pick up those items they were wishing to have before. Look at all the utility even on GH at this point. Force Staff, Blink, and he has eyes on a Lotus Orb after that.
Yeah, that's gonna be really good against that Dragon Knight. Roche is up, but seems like they don't want to commit to it yet. They want to take a fight before that. They want to devour their forest because they have a gem and Treant Protector, which they stole from the enemy team.
Here comes Liquid now as a full smoke here. Oh, they spotted that. They saw the ward go down, and they don't see Liquid there, so they know that they're smoked. How are Faceless going to be able to react from this and be able to make it away? They're trying to beeline it straight down, but they could get cut off. So they're hoping to hold like this bit of high ground vision right here and prepare for any sort of approach by Liquid. Meanwhile, Ice is going to be able to scout out the Roche pit, which is up. Liquid, you do not want to head up just right into their side shop. That is super fishy.
Well, look at that. They're just standing away from each other.
Yeah. Oh, Miracle wants a piece of that. Jumps right in for jabs, and then jumps right back out. I don't know, maybe hoping to bait some action. Maybe just hoping to give a little bit more insight in what's going on. Or maybe just give some space. Whatever the case may be, they get the tier 2 down in the mid lane. And Faceless will be able to get themselves away from that awkward top lane situation.
Oh, double damage picked up for Storm. Plus he has Arcane Rune, so his ulti costs less mana.
And then after that, he has a double damage good to go. So it's feeling pretty nice for Miracle here. Well, he farms his way through the lane. The rest of his team is still kind of holding up shop just outside the Faceless base, kind of making sure that they are going to be stuck indoors here and only relying on Black's Tempest double to kind of get out from the base and push out the lanes in any sort of fashion.
Hey, it's time to kill a second shrine. You know what I want to see? I want to see, after Bloodthorn, Aghanim Scepter on Storm Spirit. He just goes in with a BKB, pulls everyone, then Treant goes in, Overgrowth, and then the big black hole comes.
I mean, that sounds like the hypest thing ever. I would love that. But no Ags Insight, unfortunately, for Storm here. Maybe we'll get blessed with a big black hole or not. Face is kind of on the move here. We see the Tempest double farming out through the lane. I know, but the rest of the team kind of moving out through the bottom lane. Finally get the ward down. So they're gonna try to not be so much in the dark, but it's more or less the same thing. Faceless kind of being stuck inside here, while Liquid are just gobbling up all of the farm on the outskirts, waiting until it's absolutely necessary for a high ground push. Well, Roche is up now, so Liquid are going to be able to get the Aegis in their extra life. At that point, they'll have pretty much everything they could need. Black Hole is online and good to go.
Faceless doesn't have enough time to react to this.
Yeah, they started walking that way, but Liquid have plenty of people at attendance here. If anyone walks close to Kuro, he'll just hit the R button, and Miracle could easily jump in and provide the follow-up damage. Not going to be necessary, though. This Liquid Roche is totally free. And we just look to Faceless's high ground defense, which I gotta say, I would not be super confident in.
So I guess Bloodthorn works against the magnetic field because its evasion bonus should work. Not sure how it works. I didn't see much of Arc Warden, but judging by the mechanics, it should work against it.
Yeah, it looks like Miracle almost has his in hand. Well, Black already has his done. And maybe the ticket they're waiting for, just so that Miracle could take Black out of the game that much faster, but here they're finally making their way through the top lane. And, you know, we're not seeing Faceless go back for those kind of smoke plays anymore here. This is more rinse and repeat of them holding inside their base and going for a defensive game.
Well, they're stuck in their base. They're not farming much. It's DK farming and Arc Warden, but the rest, their items are pretty much the same. They have Midas and Clock, who uses it from time to time, just providing vision with those rockets.
Ooh, Black trying to make a move onto Miracle a bit with his Tempest double, but obviously Miracle's going to be able to jump away from that one. And now he will rendezvous with the rest of his team. Here we go, the moment we were waiting for. Liquid are making their push happen. And there is a swap, pullback, and takedown. That is going to be Clockwork taken out of the game and out of this defense for at least 65 seconds time.
No
now
buyback.
Tier 3 is going to be done for. Black moves in with his Tempest double, pops out the bubble, and Liquid will simply step away and help finish it off. Now they can move back in. There's going to be the
Time for big
with
black
the
hole.
roots. There it goes. Miracle gets the pullback. The mind control black hole will be on 2. It helps of locking down jabs even longer, sucking away that time
Second
on
black
the dragon
hole.
form. Second black hole is going to be there for the DK, and he goes down. And it's a double kill for Matama, man. This game should be over, as Liquid are going to be finishing out their next set.
Yeah, DK buying back, but nothing comes out of that except his death.
Ooh. Fountain camping time for Liquid, it would appear. Swap back from jabs. This would just really make sure that it's certainly over. Yeah, that is now a no buyback DK. And Liquid are just trying to get Faceless to tap out, if anything, here. This is like they have the Anaconda choke. And there's the tap.
Tap out.
Okay. It was a little longer there at the back end, but it was well-deserved and earned by Liquid.
Yeah, Liquid had their games on point. Those tier